I would like to invite our moderator, sir, Mr. Ajay Data. A huge round of applause for Mr. Ajay Data. Ajay Data is a renowned name in IT and digital world who does not need any introduction. He is the person to get internet to Rajasthan. A huge round of applause for Mr. Ajay Data. I would request our panelist, Mr. Dinesh Kumar, Principal Secretary, Administrative Reforms and Coordination Department, Government of Rajasthan, to kindly come on stage. Adding to it, I would add India with a demonstrated history of working in the government administration at district, state and center level. He had also worked as Principal Secretary Revenue, wherein state has embarked upon creation of Farmers Registry and e-survey of crop shown through e-Girdavari, also as Joint Secretary Agriculture in Government of India. He has handled horticulture and agriculture policy divisions and worked on policy of doubling of farmers' income, skilled in policy analysis, government program execution and evaluation, strategic planning and public policy, government service professional with B.Tech degree in civil engineering from India Institute of Technology, Kanpur, and a master's degree focused in public administration from Syracuse University, Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. A huge round of applause for Mr. Dinesh Kumar. Along with him, I would request our next panelist on stage, Mr. Himanshu Gupta, Commissioner DOITC and C. A huge round of applause for him. Along with him, I would request Mr. Prakash Kumar, CEO Wadhwani Foundation. And I would add Mr. Ramesh Raskar, Professor MIT, to kindly come on stage. जी, वन माइक, एक और चाहिए.
For this session, thank you for joining this. After so many sessions, these sessions become a little boring, but we will keep it very exciting. And AI is a very exciting topic, and government is all we need to get the services from. So we have very senior people who are going to represent how AI is going to impact our public delivery services and how Wadhwani Foundation CEO and Ramesh Askarji is from MIT US. He's a professor of MIT. He is an authority on AI. So it's an exciting panel. So होता क्या था सर, हमारे यहाँ पर अभी तक हिंदी इंग्लिश में बात करेंगे. आई थिंक वी ऑल आर फाइन. राजस्थान में बैठे हैं. गवर्नमेंट से हमारी गवर्नमेंट की पहले 3 चीज़ें चल रही थी: इंटेंट, सिस्टम्स एंड एग्जीक्यूशन. नियत होती थी सरकार की, सिस्टम्स और प्रोसेसेस बनते थे और उसको जो टीम है वो एग्जीक्यूट करती थी. अब समय के साथ चेंज हो गया है. एआई के साथ, इंटरनेट के साथ, सोशल मीडिया के साथ 3 चीज़ें जुड़ गई हैं और नई: स्पीड, स्केल एंड अवेलेबिलिटी. आदत क्या है? पहले थे फ़ोन ही नहीं थे, तो हिमांशु जी अगर ढूंढना चाहेंगे सीएमबी और फ़ोन नहीं है तो कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है ढूंढने का. अब व्हाट्सएप आ गया, 24 घंटे अवेलेबल है. सिस्टम चेंज हो गया. सर हमारी भी यही सिस्टम्स हैं कि जब हम किसी प्राइवेट ऑफिस में जाते हैं तो हमको सर्विस कैसे मिल रही है, कार कैसे पार्क हो रही है, हमसे आदमी कितना मिल रहा है. तो स्पीड इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अब पहले वाले सिस्टम नहीं चलेंगे. तो एआई के युग में विद एआई गेटिंग इनटू देयर हैंड्स हमारे सिस्टम्स कैसे चेंज होंगे. हम मीटिंग करने जाएंगे तो वेट नहीं करना पड़ेगा. सर्विस बैंक से पैसा मिलता है 1 सेकंड में मिलता है हमारे को. पीएफ मिलने में टाइम क्यों लगता है? सरकार हमारे को अगर ईएसआई में अस्पताल में जाना है तो वहाँ सुविधा में टाइम क्यों लगता है? क्योंकि सिस्टम्स इज नॉट इन प्लेस. द स्पीड एंड स्केल कम्स, दिस थिंग्स विल चेंज. एंड आई थिंक वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अराउंड दैट हाउ these governments are going to start. And let me start with Himanshu ji only, then we will go in order. Dinesh ji, with your permission, I start. Yes, yes. Seniority का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है सर. So I think Himanshu ji, with you and young and knowing the entire latest things right now, and Commissioner of IT, sir, you have seem to have a lot of burden on you to bring AI into general public service life and ensure the public delivery happens in the way we all have habits of now. Blinkit in 10 minutes, Swiggy in 5 minutes. These habits are now building in the citizens. So how government is going to cope up with that expectation? And that's the word I have kept myself for to talk to you. How do you really meet, how does the government prepare themselves to meet those expectations of quick delivery, quick bite, quick service, fast food, and citizens are changing their behavior? What is your view, sir, on that?
Thank you, Ajay ji. First of all, I welcome the esteemed panelists on this panel and the people who have come here to listen to this session. Ajay ji, आपने बड़ा relevant question पूछा. Expectations, aspirations, public की और होना भी चाहिए. मतलब as we go along empowering citizens, expectations बढ़ती रहती हैं और गवर्नमेंट को भी उसके साथ सिंक में रहना चाहिए. तो मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल बताता हूँ राजस्थान का, जो हम कर रहे हैं अभी. हम एक स्मार्ट प्रोग्राम लेके आ रहे हैं. उसकी टेस्टिंग कुछ सर्विसेज की हो गई है. तो पहले उसको हम स्वतः बोलते थे. उसका अर्थ ये है कि कोई व्यक्ति, मान लीजिए जैसे मेरे घर में एक बेटी का जन्म हुआ, तो पहचान पोर्टल पे उसका पंजीयन होगा बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट का. बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट के बेस पे अब एक इवेंट जनरेट हुआ बर्थ का, मेरी बेटी का. उस इवेंट के आधार पे कितने डेटाबेसेस को हम लाइव जो है अमेंड कर सकते हैं, उसमें जो मेरी बेटी का जो बर्थ हुआ है उसको हम जोड़ सकते हैं. तो फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको बताऊं तो राशन कार्ड है, राशन कार्ड में जोड़ सकते हैं. जनाधार डेटाबेस है हमारा, उसमें जोड़ सकते हैं. मेरे परिवार की जो कास्ट है उसके बेस पे मेरा कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट पैदा हो सकता है, मतलब जनरेट किया जा सकता है. फिर अगर जैसे मेरी बेटी हुई तो बेटी प्रोत्साहन के लिए जो फाइनेंशियल स्कीम्स हैं, श्री लक्ष्मी योजना है, उसका लाभ दिया जा सकता है. तो वो सारी चीज़ें हम, क्योंकि हमारे पास राजस्थान की अगर मैं निवेदन करूं तो राजस्थान में हमारे पास जन आधार डेटाबेस है. मतलब दूसरी स्टेट्स के मुकाबले जहाँ पे आधार बेस्ड ऑथेंटिकेशन है, इंडिविजुअल आदमी का है, हमारे पास परिवार बेस्ड डेटाबेस है. तो उस परिवार में हम कौन से डेटाबेसेस, कौन से फैक्टर्स को हम अमेंड कर सकते हैं बिना सिटीज़न को हमारे सरकारी दफ्तरों में आने से रोक सकें. तो वो हम उस पर काम कर रहे हैं. एक एग्जांपल ये है. दूसरा, मुझे लगता है कि जो पब्लिक की जो एस्पिरेशंस हैं, आज के डेट में चैट जीपीटी फ्री वर्जन भी सबके पास उपलब्ध है. हमारे लिए आज की डेट में रिक्वायरमेंट ये है कि हम जो एआई प्लेटफॉर्म्स फ्रीली अवेलेबल हैं, जेमिनी की बात करें, चैट जीपीटी की बात करें, फ्रीली अवेलेबल है. गूगल या जीमेल के लॉगिन जो हैं वो सबके पास होते हैं. बट क्या हमारे पास वो स्किल सेट है कि हम एआई प्लेटफॉर्म जो हमारी पॉकेट में, जैसे अभी अब बात चल रही थी, माई मोबाइल इज़ अ बेसिकली अ सर्वर, तो उस मोबाइल डिवाइस को मैं प्रोडक्टिविटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कैसे यूज़ करूं? क्या मेरे में वो स्किल सेट है? तो आज माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय के निर्देशन में हमने राजस्थान की AIML पॉलिसी 2026 लॉन्च कराई है. उसमें 3 बड़े पिलर्स हैं, जिसमें एक बड़ा पिलर ये है कि हम अपने सिटीजन्स को, हमारे गवर्नमेंट के एम्प्लॉयज़ को, ऑफिसर्स को कैसे AI पे ट्रेन करें, कौन से लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स बनाएं जिसके माध्यम से एक बेसिक AI को यूज़ करने का स्किल सेट आ जाए. आज अगर मैं कॉमन पब्लिक प्लेस में जाऊं तो मुझे लगता है कि AI की एक्सेस तो सबके पास है, बट उस एक्सेस से अगर कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर है तो वो अपना बिजनेस कैसे ग्रो कर सकता है. कोई स्टार्टअप है, आइडिया स्टेज से ग्रोथ स्टेज पे कैसे जा सकता है, वो अगर हम AI के थ्रू हम एक्सेस करा पाएँ और वो स्किल सेट जनरेट कर सकें, तो मुझे लगता है कि AI की जिसे आप बात कर रहे हैं वो पॉजिटिव साइड, प्रोडक्टिव साइड और उसकी सार्थकता और हो सकेगी.
सर बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ सर AI पॉलिसी के लिए. आपने चैम्पियन किया है, इसको लीड किया है, एंड दिस हैज़ गॉट लॉन्च टुडे विच इज़ क्रेडिबल, एंड हम सबको क्लैप्स करनी चाहिए सर के लिए. IT डिपार्टमेंट हैज़ डन वंडरफुल जॉब फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. AI पॉलिसी राजस्थान स्टेट में होना एक समय था, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ सर, आप सबकी नॉलेज के लिए, जब 1999 में मैं इंटरनेट लेकर के आया था, तो 2000 में मैं US गया था टाइकॉन अटेंड करने के लिए सर. और मैंने बताया कि प्रकाश जी मैंने बताया कि मैं जयपुर से आया हूँ, तो सर मेरे से किसी ने आईटी की बात ही नहीं की। सब बात करते हैं वहाँ डांस की, फोर्ट्स की, डेजर्ट्स की। नोबडी केम टू माई स्टॉल टू टॉक अबाउट आईटी because Jaipur was not known for that. And come now fast forward 25 years, we are launching our own AI policy, which is one of the first in the country. ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, बहुत बड़ी बात है। दिनेश जी, आप तो हम जहाँ जाते हैं वहाँ पर झंडे ही गाड़ते हैं और रिकॉर्ड बनाते हैं। मैंने आपका पूरा, आपको मैं 15-20 साल से मैं भी जानता हूँ सर। ये आपके एक्सपीरियंस में सर अपन सब लोगों के लिए, सिटीजन्स के लिए और बाकी ऑफिसर्स के लिए भी एक मैसेज होगा कि क्या कर सकते हैं सर इस एआई युग में कि हम और सिटीजन सर्विस को बेहतर बना सकें, पब्लिक डिलीवरी और बेहतर कर सकें। सर आपका सामने माइक है, आपकी कोई गाइडेंस इसके अंदर ये ले लीजिए सर।
थैंक यू अजय जी। आई थिंक जो आपने बोला स्पीड लानी पड़ेगी गवर्नमेंट सर्विस डिलीवरी में, और मैं भी मानता हूँ क्योंकि एज द पॉपुलेशन इज़ ग्रोइंग, लोगों की एस्पिरेशंस बढ़ रही हैं, तो स्पीड ऑफ द डिलीवरी ऑफ पब्लिक सर्विस इज़ नॉट अ चॉइस विद द गवर्नमेंट, इट्स अ रिक्वायरमेंट नाउ बेसिकली। सो क्योंकि अगर हम लोग जब बात कर रहे हैं ईज़ ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस और हम लोग किस तरह से अपने यहाँ पर कैपिटल इनकम ग्रो करें, विकसित भारत की तरफ जाएँ, वो जैसे कि आपको मालूम है कि राजस्थान ने अपना विकसित राजस्थान 2047 का एक एक्शन प्लान बनाया है, अभी कुछ दिन पूर्व ही लागू किया गया है उसको। तो अगर हम लोग उस तरफ सोच रहे हैं तो ये हम लोग, स्पीड इज़ नॉट अ चॉइस नाउ बेसिकली, बट एट द सेम टाइम वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड गवर्नमेंट प्रोसेसेस। अभी गवर्नमेंट किस तरह से काम करती है, उसके डेटा जो है वो किस तरह से ओरिजिनेट होता है, किस तरह से हम लोग उस डेटा को रखते हैं, व्हाट आर द डेटा शेयरिंग पॉलिसीज़, व्हाट आर द कंस्ट्रेंट्स। तो अगर हम लोग एआई उसमें लागू करने की बात करते हैं तो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट दैट, एंड देन वी हैव टू रिकमेंड कि इफ़ वी नीड टू इंट्रोड्यूस द एआई इन दैट फील्ड, सो व्हाट नीड टू चेंज देयर। अनलेस हम लोग वो करेंगे तब तक हम लोग शायद उसमें एआई नहीं कर पाएंगे बेसिकली। दूसरा डेटा से रिलेटेड ही है कि कई बार डेटा से रिलेटेड जब गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में हम काम करना चाहते हैं तो प्राइवेसी बिकम्स ए कंसर्न, कि हो सकता है एक प्राइवेट सेक्टर इंडिगो अगर किसी का डेटा लीक कर दे तो इतना बड़ा इशू नहीं होगा, लेकिन अगर गवर्नमेंट के यहाँ से लीक होता है तो इट्स अ वेरी बिग इशू बेसिकली। तो हाउ वी आर इंश्योरिंग कि प्राइवेसी कंसर्न्स ऑफ सिटीजन इज टेकन केयर ऑफ, सेकंड थिंग बेसिकली ये है,
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
एंड थर्ड थिंग बेसिकली एआई जितना मेरे को समझ में आता है, यहाँ जो बच्चे बैठे हैं उनको ज़्यादा अच्छा मालूम होगा, लेकिन it depends on the probability. We have a data set, old data set, and we analyze that data set and then come up with a response which is probably 90% or 99% correct basically. So we need to understand that when we are having an old data set and then we are coming up with a reply, so whether the old data set जो इस समय जो हमारी query है वो वही क्वेरी है जो कि हमारे क्वेरी इज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ द ओल्ड डेटा सेट बेसिकली। अगर नहीं है तो आई थिंक इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि जो हम लोग रिस्पॉन्स अभी ले रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल ठीक है। वन मोर थिंग बेसिकली, अगर मैं एआई के बारे में बात करूं और अगर गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में सर्विस डिलीवरी में इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की बात करें तो पब्लिक में एज वेल एज एम्प्लॉई में ट्रस्ट होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और आई थिंक मैनी कंट्रीज हैव डन इट, प्रोफेसर मस्ट बी नोइंग अबाउट इट, कि व्हेन दे हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड एआई इन द फर्स्ट फेज दे हैव केप्ट अ ह्यूमन इन द लूप, कि बिफोर द person the AI engine gives the final response, or somebody checks it whether it's correct or not, to build trust initial phases basically. So I think these are some of the points which I think we need to keep in mind. Thank you.
सर वेरी वेल सेड सर। एंड सर जो एआई को आपने एक बिल्कुल बेसिक भाषा में बताया है, दैट इज़ आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड द पावर ऑफ थिंकिंग विच हैज़ कम इन मशीन्स एंड द स्पीड सर एआई से जो आती है कि अगर अपने आप अपने जूनियर को बोलेंगे जो आपकी टीम में है कि मेरे को पिछले 10 साल की पॉलिसीज़ निकाल के ला के दे और उसमें से ये वाला क्लॉज कितनी पॉलिसीज़ में निकाल के ला के दे, शायद वो 2 दिन लगाएगा और वो ला करके भी कोई पॉलिसी भूल जाए, रह जाए तो पता नहीं है. AI probably will do this job in a matter of seconds, and that's the whole power which you're referring to AI can bring on the table. प्रकाश जी, आपका तो एक्सपीरियंस जो है अक्रॉस द सेक्टर्स है, एंड पब्लिक डिलीवरी के अंदर कैसे सर अपन ऑफिसर्स भी बैठे हैं, बच्चे भी बैठे हैं और फ्यूचर एस्पिरेंट्स फॉर गवर्नमेंट भी बैठे हैं. हाउ, व्हाट इज योर वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम अराउंड दैट? हाउ, व्हाट कैन बी डन फॉर पब्लिक डिलीवरी यूजिंग AI?
वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम बोल के हमें आप और बूढ़ा मत बताएं. बट समथिंग यू सेड इन द बिगिनिंग कि जब फ़ोन नहीं होता था तो कैसे होता था, सीएम कैसे कांटेक्ट करते थे. 88-92 में अरुणाचल में पोस्टेड था
जी.
उस समय कोई फ़ोन लैंडलाइन फ़ोन भी
मुश्किल
वहाँ नहीं था.
मुश्किल है.
बट सीएम जब भी चाहते थे हमें पकड़ लेते थे कि क्योंकि वो वायरलेस सर्विसेज होती हैं तो वो उस समय भी होता था. और पूरा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो अभी हम इसके पहले IFMS देख रहे थे, सारी सैंक्शंस, अप्रूवल्स, बजट, एवरीथिंग यूज्ड टू कम ऑन
वायरलेस.
And that small strip, 2 lines, was taken as approved by the Finance Secretary. So technology has answer within given constraints and whatever is available at that time.
Yes.
And that's the way we as human beings, we do take care of that. Coming back to your question that, okay, why we need to do it in the government?
Yes.
See, the citizens' rising expectations. When a bank can do it, when Airtel can do it, when so many organizations can do it, why can't government do it? And 20 years ago when I was Secretary IT in Delhi government, this was something which we had kept in front of us, that if these services can be done, how can we also, I mean, how should we also present the services, various government services, and the first attempt was making it online. Now from there we have come long way. Second is your complexity of government processes. Even while serving or after serving government for so many years, many times we get lost. And the changes which happen, and what you mentioned just now, how generative AI is able to weave through that, bring out. Of course, generative AI you should always take with a pinch of salt. Many times, especially when you are writing a note and sending it to the CM, you have to be sure you can't just simply say something which has been generated by Claude or ChatGPT or Perplexity. Yes. Correct. And then the resource constraint. So currently the way we are using, and I'm involved in skilling of bureaucrats, both central government and state governments. 18 state governments we have, in last 5 years we have trained more than 11,000 officers in classroom style. And our courses are also available on IGOT, which is Government of India's LMS. And more than 12 lakh officers have completed our courses on AI, which is available. Wow. And I think that's also available for
Sir, it must be a record, sir. 12 lakh?
वहाँ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में कितने ऑफिसर्स स्टाफ हैं?
सर ट्रेनिंग भी लेने वाला इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए ना सर.
नहीं, बट ये ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ.
अच्छा, ऑनलाइन,
नॉट ऑफलाइन, इज ओनली फॉर डिप्टी सेक्रेटरी, डायरेक्टर एंड अबव, एंड दैट वी हैव डन 10,000. सो व्हाट डू वी टेल देम? वी डोंट टीच देम coding and other things. We teach them how we can use AI and all the functionalities which Himanshu as well as the principal secretary told. How do you make use of that? How do you use predictive AI? So you have sets of data. He was talking about that you have past 10 years data, and then based on that, that's one of the things. And of course, what he was talking about is when you are making a new model based on your past data, you have to ensure that there is no bias in that. Other things which he had mentioned, the bias is very important, and there are lots of examples like loan to women. If you use your last 20 or 30 years data, it's certainly bound to have bias against the women. So similarly, you have to look into, and there are tools available to ensure that there is no bias on which you are using it. Second one is decision support. So that's again people are using in a big way. Third, generative AI, all of us are knowing from drafting, doing research, etc., replies, notes, and all that. Then comes your perception AI. But perception AI is like your analysis of your video, photographs, AI, and then from there, X-ray analysis, Rajasthan government, we conducted a training 2.5 years back, and then Dr. Samit Sharma, who was the principal secretary, quickly took up a project of early identification of silicosis in the mine workers of Rajasthan. And in fact, that project, within 6 months, it was rolled out and got a national award in the e-governance national award. So that's the perception. So all the signals which are coming in the form of images, audio, video, how do we analyze that and then use that? And then, of course, the process intelligence. So there are lots of examples. And if time permits, and if there is any specific thing, I can always share.
Sir, before I go to Professor Ramesh, what is your view on data sovereignty in the government as of now? Because once you see that the government is using ChatGPT or Gemini of the world, but you'll end up giving data to the foreign services. What's your view on that, and how we should address this?
Yes, so very good question, and this is asked in most of our training classes. Now, first, we always ask our officers or staff, never share anything which is confidential.
Okay.
Never. Suppose you have drafted something, a cabinet note, and you want to improve its English, never do that. So that's one. And there are many such leakages which happened or unknowingly people have given, because you don't know where it has gone. Whatever goes in, you have no control after that. So then how do we work? So like recently we worked with METI, and we have created, or rather developed an application software, conversational AI, which is being used by Department of Food and Public Distribution. They have launched it, and they are making 20 lakh calls every month. Now, the question arose, which language model should we use? And then we had to do lots of work to make it possible on a SLM only.
Okay, SLM.
Because that SLM is hosted in Government of India's environment, and then it is being used. So depending on job, what you are performing, you have to take care. But certainly no confidential documents should be shared.
Should be used there.
Any of these. See, इस दुनिया में कोई चीज़ फ्री में नहीं मिलती है. आप कुछ देते हैं तभी आप उधर से मिलती है, और आप क्या देते हैं गूगल को और बाकी इन सभी को, आप अपनी पूरी डेटा देते हैं. For them, you are the object.
So, and there is a very famous thing, sir. OpenAI announced Ghibli art create कर लीजिए free, and in 1 week they had 1 billion pictures uploaded by the world.
Correct.
1 billion, which now they are using to train their models. So 1 billion live pictures uploaded to get their own Ghibli art first, and now this data is getting trained that who is who looks what. I think this is obviously very, very important thing you have said, sir.
नहीं, and उसमें एक और चीज़ है.
Yes.
आप अपनी डेटा आपने दे दी, फोटोग्राफ दे दी. Now X पे Grok is able to uncover you.
Yes.
Now just imagine your nude photograph then is available.
Yeah.
So one has to be very, very careful.
In less than 30
sharing,
seconds.
Pardon me?
In less than 30 seconds.
And so sharing anything which is personal. So please, I mean, people especially in India, we don't bother about our privacy. We just upload whatever comes. We share whatever. One has to be very, very circumspect in what you are sharing with these tools.
Thank you, Professor Ramesh, for joining in and accepting my request. This is AI, and in this conference, AI discussion without you would be half-cooked. Thank you for accepting and joining this panel. What is your view on this? What message you would like to give it to us as a professor?
Yeah, I think we heard some really important points here about, I mean, if the mission of the Regional AI Impact Conference is democratizing AI for public good, right? It says it in bold words. And the AI Impact Summit is about welfare for all.
Yes.
And if you look at the history of digital public infrastructure, we have had Aadhaar for all, UPI for all, and looks like Rajasthan, we have email address for all. Rajasthan also the leader in single sign-on authentication for all. And now kind of AI for all is what we're talking about. But I think some of the points I'm making, about speed, access, privacy, trust, we might want to leapfrog beyond AI for all and jump straight to AI agents for all. Because as you said, Mr. Kumar, that AI is still kind of a mainframe way of thinking about it from the 80s and 90s. Like there are some big companies, that's running on some big cluster of GPUs, and then we are just using those products, as opposed to what happened with PCs later on and internet later on, which is, we had a PC on our desktop. So instead of renting AI, we should own the AI. And beyond that, instead of owning the AI, we create our own AI.
Yeah.
And the good news is that, as you know, the original ChatGPT models had like 1 trillion parameters. Now they're getting below like 70 billion parameters. But now there are amazing models that work, at 1 billion or 2 billion parameters. So it'll run on your phone.
Yep.
Right? And Dr. Ajay, I think you very rightly said that we should redefine what we mean by data centers and data servers. Absolutely. They're not these mainframe machines. They could be your car, or it could be your phone.
Yes.
So those are like the micro data centers and the nano data centers.
Any device which has internet and storage
Yeah,
can pretty much become a server now.
exactly.
Any device.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much I was advocating yesterday to you.
Yes.
And you kindly agreed that this is the way to look at it.
Exactly.
That you have millions of servers traveling on the roads.
Yeah.
And millions of devices, which is, and Dineshji's phone, let us say, for example, this phone can become a server for himself.
Yeah.
So it need not to go out of his machine, and it acts like a server, and it has an agent of its own.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing which we can have.
And I know I was very impressed with your comment about government services being available. A centralized way to think about would be to collect all the government knowledge and make it available on some kind of a language model so citizens can access it. But that will be kind of demoralizing for all the amazing talent in the government, because what we would rather have is every government employee has their own AI agent, at every level.
Yep.
And when citizens are interacting, every employee, government employee, is actually improving their own AI agent, as opposed to one major AI model that's being improved.
Yep.
And that would actually create a lot of creativity. And I would imagine, I'm saying it jokingly, like all the promotions and bonuses will actually depend on how good is your own employee agent, right? And that's where the democratization is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to create, we're talking about government employees, but in any company, you don't want to make it dehumanizing where you say your whole company will be this one big model. Your whole organization will be this one big model. No. That's very dehumanizing. What we want is democratization of it, where every employee is creating their own agent, and the collection of that, the network of those employee agents, is what represents the organization. I was just talking a few minutes earlier, which is the good news about this is you don't need to buy a lot of GPUs and create big data centers. You might still need them for certain purposes, but most of them actually can work on your edge devices. So I think, just like in India, we leapfrogged the landlines and moved straight to mobile phones, there may be an opportunity to think about leapfrogging AI for all to AI agents for all.
Great, very well. I think we have Madam already standing on the podium to say, shut up and go from here. We have, I think we will take 30 seconds from each, and then we will shut down. So, Himanshu ji, your last final words, 30 seconds, and then we can go ahead.
Message is, as esteemed panelists have already said, use AI to be more efficient in your work, but never think that AI can replace you. Keep that in mind and increase your productivity.
Hello. Yes, I think the message is that we need to build trust and confidence in public and with the employees also. Start small, then show the value and show that product can increase productivity, and then scale it up. Thank you.
My advice will be keep the beneficiary at the center. In fact, many times in application development, we always look from as a government officer sitting in the office. It should always be the beneficiary at the center. And since we have principal secretary and commissioner both here, after the policy, please go for an AI roadmap where you have the stakeholder or holders at the center. First, define all their problems, challenges. Then look at what can be solved by technology in general. Then what can be done by AI. And then prioritize and start, because then you will be doing it in a very, very structured manner. And this we are doing for some of the states after doing it for Government of India.
Yeah, we had, Dr. Ajay and I had a very good meeting with Mr. Abhishek Singh, who leads the India AI mission. And I thought he made a very important comment about, how the democratization and the inclusion is a very important goal. And I'm really glad that points like privacy, security, access, speed, cost are coming up. So I think this is the moment, maybe this is the moment, this is the room in which it's going to happen. Yeah, this is the group that's going to make it happen. This is the audience that's going to participate in this revolution. And most of the time when things, there's a revolution, people don't realize the middle of it. But all of you got the memo that the revolution has started on how we can truly democratize AI by creating AI agents for all. Thank you.
Thank you to all. I think that was a much needed session in Rajasthan DigiFest and AI Summit 2026. Thank you to everyone. I would request everybody to kindly stay back. If you all want to learn more about AI, then you all can read the book Zenith. And the writer, the author is right in front of us, Mr. Ajay Data. Very good book. I'm still in the process to read it. So now this is time for the felicitation ceremony. I would request Mr. Himanshu Gupta, Commissioner DOITC, to kindly felicitate, present the memento to Mr. Dinesh Kumar, Principal Secretary, Administrative Reforms and Coordination Department, Government of Rajasthan. Now I would request Mr. Dheeraj God, Additional Director DOIT, to kindly felicitate Mr. Himanshu Gupta, Commissioner DOIT. Now I would request Mr. Mukesh Kumar Sharma, Additional Director DOIT, to kindly felicitate Mr. Prakash Kumar, CEO Vadvani Foundation. Now I would request Ms. Pradyumna Dikshit to kindly come on stage and felicitate Mr. Ramesh Raskar, Professor, MIT. I'm so sorry. Mr. Pradyumna Dikshit, Joint Director, DOIT. I apologize. Now I would request Ms. Monica Chaudhary to kindly come on stage and felicitate and present the memento to our moderator, Mr. Ajay Data. We all can have a group picture.